two stories start in completely different centuries. One of them has no date at all. It was passed down by mouth from elder to child for longer than anyone can measure, a memory of a world that existed underneath the ground we walk on. The other one has an exact date. April 5th, 1909. A newspaper. A byline. A claim that someone had physically walked into that underground world and come back out. Separated by hundreds of years, told by two completely different peoples in two completely different languages, through two completely different mediums, and yet, when you place them side by side, they describe almost the same thing. So here's the question this video is going to sit with. Did a 1909 newspaper accidentally confirm something the Hopi people had already been saying for generations? Or did it just borrow the shape of a story that was already floating around the Arizona territory? Let's start with the older one first. To the Hopi, the world we're standing in right now isn't the first one. Their oral tradition describes a sequence of earlier worlds, each one ending in some kind of catastrophe, and each time the people who survived had to find a way through, literally underground, before they could emerge into the next world above. The place where that final emergence happened is called the Sipapu. It isn't treated as a metaphor. It's spoken about as an actual location tied to the physical landscape of northern Arizona, somewhere in or near the Canyon Country. But here's the detail that matters most for this story. The Hopi say they weren't alone down there. According to the Bear Clan, one of the clans responsible for carrying the oldest layers of Hopi history, the people who eventually emerged into this world were sheltered at one point by beings who were already living underground. The Hopi call them the ant people. Don't picture insects. That's not what the tradition is describing. The ant people are remembered as intelligent, physically present beings. Some accounts say unusually tall, others say covered in hair, who lived inside chambers cut into the earth, and who understood that underground world in a way the surface-dwelling Hopi ancestors didn't yet. When catastrophe struck the world above, the ant people are said to have taken people in, protected them, waited with them until it was safe to come back up. This wasn't treated as folklore for entertainment. It was treated as history, the kind of history a clan is responsible for remembering correctly, generation after generation, without ever writing it down. And for hundreds of years, that's exactly how it stayed, unwritten, undocumented by outsiders, circulating only within Hopi communities. Until, in the spring of 1909, something showed up in print that sounded like it was describing the same place. Before we get into that, if you're into documentaries that dig through old newspaper archives, indigenous oral history, and the gaps in between, this channel is basically built for that. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now, back to April 1909. The Arizona Gazette ran a story that, on the surface, read like a straightforward archaeology piece. A man identified as G.E. Kincaid claimed to have found a hidden opening in the canyon wall, a cave entrance positioned so high above the Colorado River that it was only reachable by boat, then a climb. He said the expedition was tied, in some capacity, to the Smithsonian institution, and that an archaeologist named Professor S.A. Jordan was working alongside him. At first, the details are almost mundane.